I am Peter Vaughn from Cardboard Alchemy. We are doing a Friday stream. If you're just catching this on Facebook, you may catch us on a Friday, but we're also going to capture the stream and put it up on our YouTube. And we like to do this from time to time so that we can talk about what's behind the scenes at a board game publisher. Maybe you have always wondered exactly what's going on Flamecraft or Critter Kitchen or Andromeda's Edge. And today I'm broadcasting this to the Flamecraft Facebook group because some of the news I have today is specifically about Flamecraft. So we're going to see if we can. Now, this is, we're just doing this on the fly. I might not have a lot of people around, but that's okay. We're testing some things so that we can do sort of a weekly come on live on Facebook and say hello. And again, if this is a bad time or if you don't catch these, we're going to also try and put them on the Cardboard Alchemy YouTube so that you can, check out these types of updates if you want to, whenever it's a good time for you. So the format of these videos that I'd like to do is sort of announcements and cool component looks, and possibly we're going to talk about games that are being played, and then questions at the end. And if you have a question, if you watch one of these videos and you wonder something about board game production or one of your favorite games like Flamecraft, then you can ask. And in a future video, we'll cover those questions. All right. So and someone's saying hello already. So we know it works. We know it actually has broadcast somewhere on the internet. Hello, Flamecraft. So this is, I'm Peter Vaughn from Cardboard Alchemy, if you're just turning in. So let's talk about announcements. I have a couple announcements, one of which is Flamecraft related, but I'm going to start with this one, which is Andromeda's Edge is closing. The late pledge is closing this month. So we are about to do an update on Andromeda's Edge to tell everybody this is the last chance to get in. Now, for a lot of the people in this group, Flamecraft group, you probably already know about Andromeda's Edge, know if it's for you or not. But if you have friends that don't want to miss out on Andromeda's Edge, this is the month to get in. Also, notably, we're going to have more component upgrades in the future for Andromeda's Edge. So if you are backing that already, these streams are going to share more about that game as well. Now let's talk about Flamecraft stuff, because that's the group we're in right now. So Flamecraft, if you haven't seen, Rosie, who's also in this chat, by the way, if you have a question, Rosie's going to catch it and put up these things. Oh, hey, it's Board Game Shot is in the chat. Board Game Shot is one of our favorite photography studios out there. And actually, this next announcement, which is about deluxe pieces, I have some things to show you in this stream. Flamecraft deluxe pieces are now, Series 2 is coming out, and we've been sharing, Rosie's been sharing images in the Facebook group. And we're actually going to send those pieces to Board Game Shot as well, so they can take epic pictures of these. They do a great job at that. So you've seen dragons, Series 2 dragons. You've seen jumbo wood. Today, I'm going to leak something that's going to be shown next week, another deluxe piece. So that's the announcement. The deluxe pieces are now a thing. We've actually heard a lot of people are actually asking about deluxe pieces daily. It's something that we struggled with because on the campaign it was, we're only going to print this the actual deluxe edition one time. How do we get it to be deluxeified again? And one of the things we've been striving to do is keep the original series unique and special. And for anyone who backed that Kickstarter and helped make this game a reality, we want to make sure those things are sort of preserved in that way. But we wanted to make new pieces, new dragons, new coins. Now, when it came to the toast, we were going to make new toast, but then it kind of broke the cards. It wouldn't work iconography wise. So we kept the toast, but we made jumbo toast. So in all ways, we tried to do something brand new so that we could have a Series 2 feel. But there are so many people who ask for toast and meat and plant, all those good resources, that we are also giving the original toast to Lucky Duck Games. In fact, we're sharing these deluxe pieces with Lucky Duck. They are also going to launch the dragons and the original resources on their website at the same time. So they have been our partner in getting Flamecraft out there, and they're super excited because they also get asked daily, when can I get the deluxe pieces? So that announcement is that deluxe pieces are coming. I've already seen a question. We're not at questions yet, but I've already seen a question of when, and I'm going to answer that right now so that we get that covered, which is that the Flamecraft Series 2 pieces are coming in the fall. We have a pre-order. This is the first time we've actually said the date. We have a pre-order planned for mid-October. Now, what that means is we're currently, don't hold me to this date yet. This is the kind of cool backstage stuff you get in these streams, but like literally we could change this date. But we are kind of talking about October 12th, having a date where you can log on to either Lucky Duck's shop or our shop and get the pieces that you want. Now, there's a little bit of a, they're not here yet because they're getting on a boat. So what that means is if you put something that's in stock, like a yellow dragon, and you put something else that's not in stock, like the Flamecraft Series 2 dragons, your order would wait then until, it's a pre-order that would wait until the dragons are here. Now that could be later, and what we're saying is Q4. We don't actually know when the boat and the taking off the boat, all the parts of the boat are, that's a complex part. But we're going to get that pre-order started because we do have a lot of people just ready to go, and we appreciate that. So we are going to host a pre-order soon. That's sort of building up to a lot of our exciting events in October. And that brings me to my next announcement, which is that PotionCon is a thing. I don't know if you saw about PotionCon yet, but we put out a newsletter update that PotionCon, Cardboard Alchemy's first ever online convention, is happening. Now, we're doing an online convention because what we decided is that we could go to Gen Con, and we have gone to Gen Con, and we are going to go to Essen. And Rosie's going to be at Essen demoing Critter Kitchen, which it's a whole other announcement. But we also know that a lot of people can't make it to every show and want to still try the games, want to learn about the games. And so we thought of a fun idea to have guests. So like, for example, Sandara is coming to PotionCon, and she's all the way in Singapore, and she doesn't necessarily join us at Essen. So this is a great way to have Sandara on camera, and she's going to be drawing critters for Critter Kitchen. And then we had the idea to get Rich, our puzzle maker, to do like live puzzling, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And so in PotionCon, we also decided to have a game show. So what happens is that weekend kicks off with a game show on Friday night on October 20th. And that is going to be a lot of fun. It's trivia, and there's prizes to win, and all sorts of fun stuff happens in the game show. Thank you. Someone has got their ticket. Now we have a link to get tickets on our website for PotionCon. The reason why there's a ticket, and I'm going to show you another image here. There's a ticket because you see this is this potion dragon here is, you can win one of these with your ticket number. I don't know if I can get him in the screen a little bit better. Woo! You can win a potion dragon with a ticket. So every hour we're going to pull a number of names. We're going to have people win these potion dragons. Now, the Potion Dragon has a friend coming to PotionCon and to our pre-order site, but I cannot tell you that. That's going to be another announcement for a different day because I'm already leaking too much stuff here. But there's another one. Anyway, the Potion Dragon is one of the fun things we're doing at PotionCon is every hour, but also at the game show we're going to have prizes, and also during the con on Saturday and Sunday we'll have prizes. So now, some of that's going to be in our Discord. Some of it's going to be on YouTube. Some of it's going to be, there might be a Twitch stream. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a schedule. Rosie's got all that cooking, and we're going to have a schedule, and we're going to share the schedule so that you know on Saturday what things you want to do. Maybe you want to catch Sandara drawing, and you know when that is. We also have Kim Joy. I don't know if you've heard of Kim Joy. There's this great baker. She was on the Great British Bake Off, and she's amazing. She loves critters, and she's so creative. And when we told her about Critter Kitchen, she's like, she was so excited. So she's going to come on and do a baking hour. Grant Lyon is going to do a comedy hour. We've got more people to announce as well. So we're going to put a schedule up so that you have like all of that information, and you can figure out when you want to catch either someone doing a live show or a pre-recorded like how to play. We're going to do lots of plays of Critter Kitchen, or you can come into the Discord and you can play Flamecraft or Critter Kitchen or Andromeda's Edge or Mission Catastrophe. Oh man, the comments are awesome. Thank you so much. So those are my main announcements today, which is that Andromeda's Edge is the last month to just get that deluxe all-in copy. That Flamecraft Deluxe pieces are coming, and I just leaked that the pre-order is going to be in October, and then finally PotionCon, which is also in October. October 20th is the game show, and then the 21st is most of our guest streams, and the 21st and the 22nd are just games and stuff in our Discord. So, with all that being said, before I get to questions, I do want to do a component reveal. This is part of the benefit of watching one of these streams and catching the stuff early, because we are going to announce this in the Flamecraft group next week, but sneak peek right now. And that is, remember I said those deluxe components are coming? Well, there's brand new coins, everybody. And this is the Bread Dragon coin. And the back of the Bread Dragon coin now has our new Flamecraft crest on it. I'm super excited by these. These were designed by Sandara, modeled by Eric Tosco. The Potion Dragon can see you. Yes, it can. This was, and then Manny had a lot of input on these as well. This was a joint effort to make this really cool new coin back and new coin front. Now, you might say, oh, well, that's just great. So the Bread Dragon gets featured in the coins, right? It's not just the Bread Dragon. Hold on a second. I got to get the camera all fixed up now. So what you're going to see is that every single coin, all of our friendly dragons have their own coin now. So it's the same set as before, in that there's going to be 24 gold coins and there's going to be 1 silver coin. But the gold coins are divided up into different faces. This one, by the way, this is Sandara's favorite, the plant dragon. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. They each have their own face design, and then they all have that same back, that Flamecraft crest on it. So, yeah, now we haven't gotten a potion yet, so don't pick your favorite yet. Crystal, by the way, I think is really cool. Look at that. It's breaking the frame in a neat way. Oh, Crystal. And then finally, Potion. I mean, where would a Potion Cardboard Alchemy channel be without a Potion Dragon? Look at this beautiful, beautiful potion with that fin and that. I love the way that potion is. So these are, I have an old coin. I have one of the previous coins here, and you can see they're the same. I'm going to show you the thickness is the same. We are doing another 3mm thick coin. And then it's really a satisfying new back design. I'm so happy about this. This is Series 2 Flamecraft coins. And we'll be posting about this next week. So this is going to be one of those items that goes into the shop. And now I have to show you the piece de resistance. The brand new silver coin is, of course, what dragon was missing from that group. The fancy dragon was missing from that group. And to give the fancy dragon its own special back, it's now not the flame in the center of the crest. It's a present, if you can see that. So beautiful. So the fancy silver one. This is our brand new coin set. Super excited by it. Eric Tosco did an amazing job of translating these designs from Sandara, and the plant did an amazing job of producing them. They feel great, 3mm, super fun. And so I will now, I might have two more component things to show, and then I'll go to any questions that anyone has. Let me show some more components here. This is a really random one, but I want to show something that doesn't exist anywhere else, and it won't exist, but just for fun. The plant washed one of the dragons recently. This was an accident. They sent it to me because I said, oh, I want this accident. But they accidentally applied. Now, the manufacturer of the Flamecraft minis is actually also the manufacturer of all of the Awaken Realms products, which have this traditional wash at like sun drop is what they call it. And they accidentally sun dropped a plant dragon. So maybe someday we'll make dragons that are sun dropped, but we don't have that yet. But meanwhile, I can show you, just because, I'll show you a dragon that you can get coming up soon. This is one of our other announcements, but since we're in the component feature, this is the Series 2 dragons as well. You can see that Deathfang here is ready for this action. So excited. I think that's it for components, although I'll tell you what, I'll show one Andromeda's Edge one, since we talked about that as a Andromeda's Edge is really neat, because on Andromeda's Edge, one of the things that we're doing is we're making miniatures, just like these miniatures. There's the red dragon. We're making miniatures on Andromeda's Edge, but we're also trying translucency, because we like to push the envelope here. And so, for example, this is one of the miniatures in Andromeda's Edge. This is the Ion Storm, which is one of the bad characters that you have to fight against. The Ion Storm could be on the board, and then it runs into your ship, your spaceship, and can totally knock you out. And to defeat it, you're gonna have to you have to get some weapons and all sorts of stuff. So it's a different game, but what it's really interesting is that we're pushing the boundaries of miniature making, and that's really fun to do. Oh, I have one more thing from Andromeda's Edge to show, which is that we're also working on these jumbo dice that are these are the Raider dice for when you roll for the bad guy or whatever. You have these. They're super cool because they've got like just a glitter Starfield effect inside the die. It's really neat. Anyway, I love showing component type stuff. That is why I thought that would be fun to do these kind of streams. Is to have these every once in a while to say, here's what we're making. Because on Critter Kitchen, I don't have any of those right now, but on Critter Kitchen, we have tons of components to show you, because we're about to get the prototype of the latest version, which is what we're going to show to reviewers, previewers, and what we're going to have at PotionCon. So these streams are going to be that way that I can share the latest Flamecraft item, the latest Andromeda's Edge item, the latest Critter Kitchen item, and then and beyond, we can tell you about games we've got cooking, like Flamebound, which is a whole other topic of the thing. Oh, I forgot to one more component thing that I forgot to say. Hold on a second. Let's go back to component cam. Sorry, Potion Dragon. The bag for the coin set is also changing. You know, there's a brown bag in the original. Here, I'll show you. The brown bag for the original coins is here, but we're also, just to be different, Series 2, we're going to change to a beautiful red bag. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, that's a last minute component thing. Now, that's what I mainly wanted to come on, is to test the streaming, to show you some cool stuff. And now, if anyone has any questions, I'm hearing excitement for different things, but if you have any specific questions about anything, Flamecraft, Critter Kitchen, we had some questions in our Discord about Critter Kitchen, so if nobody's got a live question, I'm going to hit one of those just so that we cover them. But again, as I mentioned at the top of the stream, if you have any questions, do you get 3-ups made, then shrink down, or do you 3D model and print? Oh, do you make the okay, well, we can talk about 3D modeling and so forth. When we started making our models for Flamecraft, what ends up when we actually go to make prototypes, right? We don't have minis usually sitting around, although now we have Series 1 and Series 2 that we can always use in a game that's not even a, like, we can have these minis. But when, say, Andromeda's Edge did not have an Ion Storm, we go to make resin prints of minis with a friend that we met along the way. When I went to a con in Gen Con, I met this guy, Mike DePasquale, who has his own printer. He lives, in the East Coast, and he's a big fan. He was a big fan of some of our games, and he said, I can print you minis for your next one. And we started talking, and then he would print a sample. Here's another, for example. He did not print this particular one I'm holding, but this is the observatory in Andromeda's Edge, and he printed the very first resin version of this so that we could test whether or not the leader, which is what fits inside it and completes the observatory, whether or not that worked. That was all Mike printing a resin print. When it's finally ready to go to China, there's actually like 6 to 9 months of miniature making with like 6 stages, red clay, and they've got to They got to do so many steps before they actually build the injection mold. So there's a whole bunch of things. Someday I could get much more into mini making. But one thing to keep in mind is that when we do prototyping, we don't have to have minis, of course, while we're still getting the game baked. But once we start to, if we have anything technical where we need to know the size, it has to, start to stand in and feel like, well, we know what this is going to be like. Then we get resin prints made. So that was that one. Should we answer a Critter Kitchen question? Will Critter Kitchen have game mechanisms similar to Flamecraft? That is a great question. Are they kind of the same, similar type of game? Well, they're what we call the same weight of game because it feels about the same complexity to play Critter Kitchen and Flamecraft. And incidentally, they'll be around the similar price as well. And they also both have Sandara Tang. So art-wise and theme-wise, and very similar games. But how does it play? Well, Critter Kitchen, you do have a town in front of you. You do have locations you want to go to, but it's an all-animal universe, and you run a restaurant, and you have 3 chefs. So first of all, you've got 3 workers in a sense. You've got a mouse, a lizard, and a boar, and you're shopping. There's 7 rounds of shopping, and you're going to be gathering ingredients and trying to get the best stuff because both there's food competitions and there's a final critic coming to town. Either the mouse or the kangaroo or the fruit bat wants a 7-course meal from everybody. And your restaurant has got to decide between gathering an ingredient that's useful for a food challenge or gathering an ingredient that you save for that critic at the end. And you can get stars either way. And then the most stars wins. So it is similar to Flamecraft in some ways because you're getting goods. You're actually getting a lot of ingredients. And of course, your kitchen has to decide how to divide up those ingredients because your fridge can't hold everything. And you have to decide what to serve on the plate for the people coming into your restaurant and what to save for the critic. So it's going to feel, since Rosie's in the chat, I'm going to say it's going to feel cozy, right? It's a cozy game. And so that has that similarity in that sense. And you've got really cute meeples. One more component thing here. Watch this. So you've got really cute meeples. There's a boar, and then there's a lizard, and then there's a mouse. And we actually, whoops, now they just ran away. The mouse is the smallest one and can only grab 1 ingredient, and the lizard could carry 2 ingredients, one, probably in the tail there, and then the boar, if you let the boar get to a spot, they can carry 3 ingredients. They're awesome. So Critter Kitchen has its own gameplay, and you can find out how it plays if you come to PotionCon. Actually, PotionCon will have lots of ways to play on the Discord, but also how to play videos from previewers that you may have seen on some of our other campaigns. Now, there's someone asking if there's going to be a recipe and art book for Critter Kitchen. That is a great question. We're thinking about it. It's one of those things where I will tell you, this is the art book was no small task for Flamecraft. I'm so happy we made it. It's actually Sandara's main thing that she wanted was an art book. And I said, I am going to work so hard on an art book for you. And she's so funny because she's like, oh, it doesn't have to be that big of a deal. And it doesn't have to be hardcover. And I was like, no, we're going to, when I did the frosted page, she was like, she was laughing because she was like, oh my God, this is so fancy. And we're doing the whole thing. We did the whole thing, but it was a lot of work. It was 140 pages. I will say that we're not going to do an art book, I don't think, on Critter Kitchen because we've done an art book and it kind of feels like we want to try some new things. Now, will there be a cookbook is dependent upon whether or not it comes together. Like there's a lot of things we got to get the game ready. We got to get all the merch ready, and there's different merch options. There's lots of different things that we could do. Now, if we don't have a cookbook, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have other amazing things instead of a cookbook. And it doesn't mean that we won't do a cookbook someday. But right now, stuff's stirring in the pot, and I can't answer that question because it could be something else. There's lots of things we're trying. Will there be deluxe pieces in Critter Kitchen? Now, that's something I can answer, which is absolutely we're doing deluxe pieces in Critter Kitchen. So Critter Kitchen, first of all, this is what's exciting about the standard edition is those meeples I showed you, those are in every copy. Just like Flamecraft with a mat, we're doing deluxe components are kind of in the base game. You're going to have custom wood. They're going to be silk screened. So that's already going to feel deluxe in every copy. But of course, how can we take it another level? Well, there's things like we're going to have game trays. There's an expansion to Critter Kitchen that comes in everyone's pledge. We'll talk about all that when Critter Kitchen goes live. But the expansion has lots of pieces that can get deluxeified. And if you've been over on our Critter Kitchen Facebook group, and there is one for that, if you've been on our Critter Kitchen Facebook group, we've shown locations over there, including the soup truck, and there's going to be some custom bowl for your soup, and all the components are going to be wood in the deluxe one, and we're going to have, all these extra chefs that are in the deluxe one. Well, there's same gameplay in both, but in the deluxe one, all of the chefs will be blinged out and extra wood and coins, and I can't tell you all the cool stuff yet, but there's definitely a deluxe edition of Critter Kitchen. So, well, that's almost it for today. I don't want to take everyone's Friday too many. Well, we got another question. Well, actually, it's Rosie posting that you can never too many chefs. That's correct. You can join our Critter Kitchen fan group because we just had a prize in there to win Flamecraft, but we may start to have the Critter Kitchen prizes. And as we build up to PotionCon, more and more stuff's going to be happening in Critter Kitchen because that is our focus for October. We definitely have Flamecraft pieces coming out in October, but we're also trying to launch Critter Kitchen in October. It's launching on October 24th. So if you come over there, you can check out more. We're leaking art all the time. We're doing fun, name this chef kind of stuff. We're showing components as well. We will probably do one of these streams dedicated, launched in there. So if you want to catch more of these, that group is a place to do that as well. But anyway, I like I was saying, I don't want to take up everyone's time. So we're going to keep these nice and short. I want to tell you, have a happy Friday. Game on for the weekend. Think about more questions or what games you've played, because then we'll come back and do one of these. I want to hear like what you've been playing and what you want to know about board game production. So till then, cheers, everybody. Game on.